In this video, again, I'm going to talk to you about some of the things that I wish someone would have given me permission for so that I could have focused on some other things other than business when I was even in the thick of it trying to get the business off the ground. Hey guys, I'm Janelle Copeland. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I started a business about 12 and a half years ago from my home. It was a baking business that I grew to then open a brick and mortar and run a successful bakery for over 10 years. After 2020, after the pandemic, I retired and now I coach small business owners just like you and help them price their products, sell their products, make money, and develop the mindset that they need to be a long-term sustainable business owner. And so I'm glad that you're here. If you're new, please subscribe and check out all the videos. We've got tons of free resources and I'm happy to help in any way that I can. So this video is gonna be a little different. I'm not gonna talk so much about numbers, not gonna show you how to price anything. Instead, I'm gonna talk to you about vacation. And here's why. So lately, I've been coming across lots of people who are telling me that they're on the verge of throwing in the towel. They're working too hard, they're not making enough money, they can't find their customers, the recession, ingredients are too expensive, and the list goes on and on. Maybe you make cakes and you want to have the freedom to be able to make whatever you want. That's not really what happens when you start a baking business. You will serve customers, you will make what they want you to make. And so I think that we're looking for freedom, but we're looking for freedom when it comes to money. We're looking for freedom when it comes to wanting to spend time with our kids. You probably got into business yourself because you wanted to create some sort of freedom of some kind. So what is it? Is it that you want freedom to be able to take a vacation, freedom to be able to hang out with your kids a little bit more, freedom to have the weekends off, or freedom to travel, freedom to have money or be able to make as much money as you want? Whatever it is, I guarantee it has something to do with freedom. So in this video, again, I'm gonna talk to you about some of the things that I wish someone would have given me permission for so that I could have focused on some other things other than business when I was even in the thick of it trying to get the business off the ground. One of the things that's always been important to me is my health. I have always gone to the gym. I've always had a gym membership. And even in high school, I loved working out. I loved being active, whether it's a hike, hanging out at the beach, going for bike rides. And so I know that I made a major mistake when I got into business, and that was I was constantly focused all the time on doing all the stuff for the business. There is always going to be something to do, and so you can give yourself a list of a million reasons why you shouldn't go for a bike ride or why you can't fit in a 30-minute workout. And I'm just gonna tell you, looking back, I wish I wouldn't have made that mistake. As a mother, it's really important for me to lead by example and role model the habits and behaviors I want my kids to have because I'm a mother of 3 daughters. And so when I finally kind of woke up maybe a year after, just being in complete grind season, I was like, okay, I've gained a couple pounds, I'm eating cake more than I should, I'm not really focused on my health, I wasn't really focused on my diet, and I dang sure wasn't going to the gym. And so my husband finally one day was like, you have to carve out the time, you're not gonna get more time, just make 30 minutes, dedicated to yourself each day. And obviously he offered to help with the kids, obviously I had to rely on my staff. But the advice that I would give to you is you can't let your health go. Like, your health is the single most important thing if you want to be a business owner. If you don't have your health, you literally cannot have a business. And that is a topic for a whole nother video because I've coached and mentored so many people that need to have back or neck surgery, but claim that they can't take 3 weeks off for that surgery. So they continue to work in their bakery, lifting heavy things and being in pain. And that's just no way to continue to work, right? You wouldn't tolerate that from a boss if you were working in a regular job. So don't tolerate that behavior from yourself. So what I would have done differently is I would have given myself permission to focus on myself, my health, things that were important to me. And I would have tried a lot harder in the beginning to empower employees to understand how to do their job without me being there. And so that's the advice I would give to you. Be a good role model, be a good mentor, but most importantly, give your employees the tools and the systems and the processes and the direction to be able to do things without you. You don't want to create a business that solely relies on you. You don't want employees working for you that can only work really well when you're there. And so you're gonna have to put in some hard work to make sure that processes are in place and that they understand exactly what is required of them in your absence. Taking those steps in the very beginning are gonna be the very thing that helps you take a vacation, a year or two into your business. Speaking of vacations, I don't know if you know, but I host a retreat. It's a business owner retreat a couple times a year. And so often people wanna come to this retreat, but they have never taken time away from their kids, their husbands, or their spouses, and they've really never taken a break from their business. So people have been working for 3, 4, 5 years. They want to come to this retreat because 1, they need a break, but 2, they're trying to learn and grow their business. And so eventually, when I wind up talking to them about the importance of rest and kind of re-energizing and recharging, they wind up coming to the retreat, spending, 4 or 5 days with me, and then disconnecting from everything and having this major transformation because now they're going back recharged, re-energized, rested, and guess what? They've got tons of new ideas, they're excited again, and they're ready to go back and make some major moves. And so I wanna tell you, if you have been on a grind for a couple of years and you feel like you can't come up for air, you have to come up for air. You think that being there and putting in extra work and extra hours is gonna help you get further along, but really what you need is rest and recovery. Another tip I can give you for wanting or needing to take a vacation is planning ahead. I had a friend that worked for me when I was in corporate. I was corporate Janelle. He became a very good friend. He was in his 50s, but I was his manager in my early 30s. And he taught me a really valuable lesson about looking forward to something in the future. Him and his wife always vacationed and they would always have some sort of trip that they were looking forward to. He would literally count the days down. And the moment he got back from that vacation, it would start all over and he would know exactly where he was excited to go after that. So there was always something that kept him energized and excited, and there was always a break in sight. That was a lesson I learned really early on from a friend, and I want to pass it on to you. If you are starting your business, this is the perfect time to start planning. Whatever it is, put it on the calendar, no matter where you're at in starting your business. I don't care if you're just starting, if you're 5 years in, have something to look forward to. If you do, I promise you'll start to plan accordingly. You'll start to not maybe take orders during that week or change up your menu to create something that's a little easier for other people to help do while you're gone in your absence. And so plan something now that you can look forward to. It can be kind of a reward system. Like if I work and hustle hard for the next 11 months, then in the 12th month, I get to take a vacation and completely detach myself from my business, be able to rest and recharge, and then know that you're gonna go back with so many great ideas and it's gonna be the best decision you ever made. So plan ahead. Another thing to consider is all businesses generally have a slow season. I was getting my hair done the other day and my hairstylist Mimi said that July is one of her slower months. Immediately, my coach hat, I put it on and said, well, if you know that people come to you every 8 weeks, then why don't you start marketing to them in May, reach out to them, have them come book their sessions with you in July. And so I started giving her all these ways that she can book her July. And she said, to be honest, I like it. Every single year, like I'm slow in July. And so I kind of like the break. And I said, well, maybe you should start planning your vacations like with your kids and stuff in July. And she was like, oh yeah, I should do that, right? I noticed that I do take trips, but I'm taking trips because it's slow. It just happens to be slow. And so I want to tell you, you can plan in your slow season to step away from your business. When you have a slow season, it doesn't always mean that you have to figure out how to grind and cram more customers or sales in. It could just simply mean this is God's way of telling you, take a break and step away from your business. So those are some tips that I have. I hope that they're helpful. Basically, I'm telling you, plan ahead. I'm telling you, have something to look forward to. Put your health and your priorities first, not your business first. And then have a support system. You gotta have someone or people or employees, or somehow you've gotta not be the only person in your business that's able to keep the business alive. I know that some of you are thinking, well, I'm just starting out. Maybe I'm working from home. I don't have any employees. That could be a video for another day. So if this video was helpful, let me know in the comments. Have you taken a vacation ever in the whole time you've owned a business? If you're starting out new, let me know in the comments that you are going to take this advice, put your health first, make sure that you're planning something to look forward to, because trust me, you need a break. I hope this was helpful. I will see you guys in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.